And we live for the Monaco Grand Prix. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the stream. We live again. If this is your first time here, welcome. If you've been here before, it's nice to have you back. And yeah, we're literally less than 5 minutes away from the Monaco Grand Prix, and it's going to be hectic. It's going to be a good one, as always. It's always fascinating to watch Formula One, the race. Let's see if Kimi Antonelli is able to get the procedures right this time around. He's been having a nightmare starting the race. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. This is going to be a very interesting start of the race. I mean, we know the Ferraris have a very strong start. Um, they're able to overtake cars within the before most cars get to the first corner, but the first corner here is pretty short. I'm not so sure. Whatever they will have the space to overtake Kimi Antonelli and Verstappen, but the question remains whether Kimi Antonelli will have a great start or not. Um, but yeah, the if you lose his track position, then he's just it will just become extremely difficult for him to overtake, which Monaco is notoriously known for being very difficult to overtake cars. Audi's starting on a soft. Bortoleto, Perez, and Bottas, the only three drivers starting on the softs. Oscar Piastri and Lando Norris currently sitting in P7 and P8 respectively. So let's see if these two are able to overtake at least Hazekaijar. Red Bull is looking pretty strong as well. And we're just going around the track, doing a formation lap, and we should be underway pretty soon. In fact, I think we are 2 minutes late behind schedule, which is a bit unusual, but yes. Or maybe we're not behind schedule. I think the race starts at 2 o'clock. Formation lap, I guess it counts as the start of the race. Um, Track temperature 41 degrees. That's pretty hot. That's hotter than yesterday, which was 32, I believe. And yeah, it's just predictions of rain is 15%, is 0% actually. So yeah, we already have enough drama as it is in Monaco, so there's no need for rain to even make it worse. Yeah, but we just have the last four cars getting into the track, and we should have a green flag waved at the back. And let's see what happens. Let's see if Kimi Antonelli will be able to have a great start. Here we go, gents. Lights out. 3, 4, 5. And lights out. Kimi Antonelli has a great start. Max Verstappen has an... Oh my God, Max Verstappen was not able to start the car. And he lost. He's at the back. Oscar Piastri, Max Verstappen lost so many positions. He's all the way down to... Where is he? He's in last position. Wow. Piastri, Norris, Pierre Gasly, made up a position. Max Verstappen had a terrible start of the race. Kimi Antonelli already flying. The Mercedes made up a position. The Ferraris were able to capitalize on that. Everyone was pretty much able to capitalize on that. Um, yeah, but Norris remains P7, but Pierre Gasly made up 2 positions. So amazing stuff from the Frenchman. Bortoleto, also one of the biggest losers as well, lost 5 positions. Stroll made up 4. Alonso made up 4 positions. Paris made up 4 positions. Pierre Gasly made up 2 positions. But yeah, Max Verstappen had a horrible start of the race. He basically had no power whatsoever. And Kimi Antonelli just had an amazing start, which is very unusual to see it from Kimi Antonelli. But yeah, eventually, at some point, Kimi Antonelli had to get the starting procedure right, and yeah, he's already pulling away, already 2 seconds ahead of Lewis Hamilton. Let's see if Norris is able to clear Pierre Gasly, or they just gonna remain stuck up in traffic. Hajar made up another position as well. And Verstappen is on the pit lane. So Max Verstappen having to retire from this race. Oh no. Oh no, Max retiring from the race. Wow. Oh, what a sad situation for the Red Bulls. They were having such a nice weekend. They almost took pole position. Imagine you took pole position only to lose, only to having to retire the car. Wow. Wow. It's really bad. Kimi Antonelli setting the fastest lap so far. And this is just going to be great for him. Running on clean air, not stuck in traffic. And the gap is already pulling, he already built up a gap of 3.5 seconds. So, yeah. George Russell being investigated for a false start out of position. So he might get a penalty. Yeah, I feel sorry for Max Verstappen, and yeah, it's never ideal when you have one of the best drivers on the grid having to retire so early. And he had an amazing qualifying session, almost a pole position. It's just, for me, it's just really, you lose interest immediately to a certain degree of watching Formula One once Max or one of the top drivers is not racing anymore. Yeah, but race continues, and yeah, unfortunately, we have the first retirement of the race. Pierre Gasly looking very strong. Colapinto currently in his teammate Colapinto in P13, just outside of the points. Williams locking P11 and P12. Audi, they looked pretty strong as well during qualifying and practice session. They seem to be like the best of the rest, but not looking so good right now. Yeah, just having another look at the replay from the start, and yeah, Max just no power at all, and everyone just cruised through past Max. Uh, what a feeling that must have been. Yeah. Yeah, even Norris clocked in regards to the full start. Yeah, the McLaren is almost crashed going into turn one. But yeah, even Norris was not complaining, but he noted that George Russell was outside of his starting box. So yeah, so apparently no further investigation from George Russell being outside of his own box. Yeah, strange. And Paris is also being investigated for the same violation. Still having my morning coffee. 2 o'clock in the afternoon. um, yeah, the in my opinion, the only time Monaco is fun to watch it's when you have virtual safety cars being deployed and you have red flags being deployed. Outside of that, it's just no fun. You watch the entire race hoping that an overtake will be done, but there's literally no no room for that. That's why I don't know. I personally don't find this track exciting because there's the limitations for overtaking is almost impossible. And the way we currently see the current positions is, I will guarantee you, unless there's a safety car being deployed, it will be the exact um, result that we're gonna see at the end. Yeah, it's just yeah. Take pole and the probabilities of you winning the race is almost 100% guaranteed. I love the I love the aerial shots from Monaco. There's so many cool spots, and you can see like Monaco is such a very congested city, but it looks well. It looks so organized. Like every little space has its own functionality. It's really cool. I suspect this chase will continue throughout the entire race. We have outcome. So we have a drive penalty through for Sergio Perez for the same violation that George Russell was investigated for. This is gonna be a terrible race for Paris. Um, you know, penalty having another having to serve a penalty around this track. You know, you're already limited by the amount of space, track space that you have to overtake, and now having another penalty on top of that is just yeah, the pain just compounds. Having his penalty. And this youngster might get in away with the championship, you know. And if Russell is not able to catch up, it's just I can't see George Russell being able to come back from this. The gap lead 43 points is just too much, and after this will be what? I don't know. How many points do you get for fifth place? So you get 25, then what? 23, 2018. I think he gets like 15 points in fifth place. So yeah, the gap will be much bigger. Yeah, Sergio Perez completely outside of his own. Yeah, terrible. Yeah. Pierre Gasly seems like he's building up a solid gap between him and George Russell. George Russell is catching up Hezekiah. So Hezekiah might be in a position to fight for the podium. It's just hanging there. We might have another unpredictable retirement from the Ferraris, or even Kimi Antonelli himself. Lewis Hamilton closing in the gap on Kimi Antonelli. The gap is now just 3.6 tenths. Lewis Hamilton applying some pressure. Really nice to see. Hulkenberg just come out of the pit lane. So all the bottom 6 cars have pitted so far, except the top 12 cars. And Kimi Antonelli already starting to lap a few cars. Wow. He already lapped 4 cars. Behrman, Bortoleto, Bottas, and Paris. The next ones in line are the Aston Martin drivers. Kimi Antonelli's just going through some traffic at the moment. He has to clear all that traffic, and I think that's probably the reason why. Excuse me. Oh, bless me. That's probably the reason why Lewis Hamilton is able to close in the gap. Now we're just down to 3 seconds. Um, so it'll be interesting fight between Hadjar and Russell. Russell is able to close in the gap. Hazik Hajar seems to be complaining about something. We don't know exactly what it is, but George Russell made an interesting observation on his front tires, making a bold claim that his tires are starting to grain. I don't know how George Russell is able to see that, but well, he's on the track. I'm not. Yeah, I think George Russell was actually right. Hazek Hajar's front left tire, it's clearly damaged. Damaged in the sense that he has a lot of, what's the word that they use? Grained. Is vulnerable, and yeah, he's starting to lose a lot of grip. So I don't think he will be able to go on much longer. Sergio Bottas. I think his Bottas been told to come into the pit lane. I think they're gonna have to retire the car. They need to cool down the car. Yeah, another retirement, unfortunately. Yeah, overheating issues. In a sense, there's less traffic for other drivers. But yeah, that's the second retirement of this race. Yeah, George Russell is very close. He's closing in the gap on Hazek Hijar. Not so sure how much Hazek Hijar will be able to hold on to this pressure because his tires are not in a position to defend. Yeah, we're not able to hear what the conversation between the Hazek Hijar engineers are saying. But it seems like they're trying to give him some instructions how to defend and how to deploy better tire management. Yeah, there's not much that he can do, but I can sense that George Russell will be able to overtake him. Um, his tires just look in a very miserable condition. Not ideal to defend around here, or not ideal to defend anywhere. Something is going to explode. That's very close. George Russell is very close. Almost. Almost. I don't know. I suspect this amount of pressure will cause the car to blow up. Blow up in a sense, like when you have to defend, when you have to defend so much, where to the point where you're not even racing your own race, it's just not ideal. You're just damaging the tires trying to defend, and yeah, the engine also suffers from that with the revs and it's just going through the airpin. It's an interesting fight, but I reckon if Hazek Hijar doesn't retire the car, if he doesn't have any mechanical issues, he might just be able to hold on to this. Um, like I said, any other track would have been this move would have been done a long time ago. But around Monaco, it's just there's no space to overtake. Even with the new regulations, with the cars being shorter, narrow, and lighter, it's just so this is helping the guys behind, especially the McLarens. Meanwhile, Kimi Antonelli continues to increase his lead to the Ferrari um, to 8 seconds now. Esteban Ocon will be the next victim to be overlapped. Oops, Charles Leclerc just undercut one of the corners, carrying too much speed into the corners. No damage done. So he didn't overtake anyone, so he doesn't have to give back the positions. Meanwhile, Norris is also able to close in the gap to Pierre Gasly, just 4/10 of a second. Let's see which one of these two will be able to overtake the car in front first. 3/10 of a second between Hazek Hajar and George Russell now. Wow, this is so close. Hazek Hajar is two. This is how much Hazek Hajar is holding up George Russell. They're 22 seconds behind the current leader. And if you look at the gap between the Ferraris and Antonelli's, is nine for Lewis Hamilton and 5 between Hamilton and George Russell. It's less than 10 seconds between the three drivers, but the fourth, and is he gonna do it? No, too close. George Russell is getting closer and closer. He can sense it. He can sense an overtake. Hazikaija might be on a podium, currently sitting in fourth position, having a lot of pressure from, George Russell, but, another retirement can easily happen to anyone. And even to Leclerc is also closing in the gap on Lewis Hamilton. Tremendously, but even so, when they get close to one another, then what? What is the overtake opportunities for them to uh, on a track? It's just yeah. Esteban Ocon, meanwhile, has been overlapped by Kimi Antonelli, and the next victim will be Hulkenberg, Lindblad, and Franco Colapinto. George Russell, and closer. No, not yet. Not yet. George Russell is losing so much time behind Hezekiah. So much time. The gap continues to increase. Look at 28 points between Hezekiah and Antonelli. This is how much time Russell is losing sitting behind this the Red Bull car. It's just crazy, and it's going to cause a lot of traffic here because now Piastri is catching up. Just, Hamilton is being told to pit. Let's see if this is a nice and quick change of time. Hamilton and Kimi, I think it was 10 seconds. So no, I don't think it might be enough. Hezekiah having to undercut one of the corners, so he's feeling the pressure, definitely. So I suspect they were going to bring him in anytime soon. Meanwhile, Norris continues to try to overtake Pierre Gasly. These battles are so hard and so detrimental to the driver behind. It's just like, God, give me a longer straight or I don't know, a wider corner so I can just place in my car to overtake somewhere. Seems to be a glitch with my track position. I don't know what to do. Um, yeah, seems like Oliver Behrman who will have to retire. I'll just try to close this window and see if I can bring it back up. Seems to be a glitch. Job pits now, so this should let's see if he's able to come out in front of George Russell. And he does. No, George Russell takes the position. Just about. Russell is through. He's able to make the move stick. So yeah. Ooh, Lewis Hamilton um, might be faced with a penalty for speeding inside of the pit lane. 5 second penalty for Lewis Hamilton. Oh, where is that gonna leave him then? He needs to finish above Charles Leclerc 5 points, 5 seconds above him. Kimi Antonelli continues to overlap everyone. Wow. Look how many cars Kimi Antonelli has lapped. Norris might have to retire. He's complaining about some power unit issues. Uh, and and he might overtake the McLarens as well. They might overtake the entire field. Not they, but Antonelli might overtake the entire grid. That is insane. Charles Leclerc goes into the pit lane. Let's see if that's enough for him to. Let's see if the undercut works for him. Oh, that is a lot of traffic. All the way from P11 to P15, there's a lot of traffic. Let's see if Charles Leclerc will come out in front of Lewis Hamilton. That is a very slow pit stop. That's 3 seconds. And that's Hamilton, miles ahead of him. Yeah, Lewis Hamilton has a 5 penalty, but he should be safe enough to finish above his. The current lead, I think, is 11 seconds. He should be pretty safe. Piazza Kaija might take the position back if he's able to just hang in there. There's a lot of traffic here. Kimi Antonelli on a lane, comes back out, clear air again, and yeah, about to overtake the Albons and the Leon Lawson in Hazik Hijar. Austin Martins, yeah. So George Russell has been penalized with a 5 second penalty for overspeeding in pit lane. George Russell, sorry, my bad. Lando Norris just hanging in there, still stuck behind the Alpines the entire race. I know he's not going to be pretty happy at the end of this when he gets out of the when he gets to the end of the race. It's just really frustrating to see. You've got speed, but you can't really make a move stick because of the limitations of the track. But he's not going to be a very happy man. And yeah, George Russell is closing in on Lando Norris as well. So yeah, these George Russell is just is going to suffer a lot. He's going to be stuck in traffic behind these two. So yeah, and this might give an opportunity for Hazik Hijat to close in the gap. He's currently sitting 11 points behind a 5 second penalty to serve. So this might be an opportunity for Hazik Hijat to take the position back. Um, but these two have to pit as well. So if they pit anytime soon, it might help George. If they don't, the gap has closed to 8 seconds in that last lap alone between George Russell and Hazekaija. Now 9 seconds now. So Hazekaija is closing in. It's closing in pretty quick. Perez will eventually have to give way to the drivers behind. The gap is closing so quick. Look at 7 gaps between George Russell and Hazik Haija. So Isaac Haija is still on position, still on track to take 4th position for the Red Bull. This will be the highest position ever. Yeah, another incident for speeding in the pit lane. Everyone is just so eager to get out of the pit lane in Monaco. One is just so eager to get out of the pit lane in Monaco. We might have another penalty. Yeah, George Russell is just having a nightmare. He's just been stuck in traffic. He's not the only one though, but yeah, hold him up. Hazek Haija 3 seconds now behind George Russell, and George Russell still has to serve his 5 second penalty. So yeah, this is helping out tremendously. uh, Hazekaijar, and obviously Piastri might be able to jump 1 or 2 positions when they pit. Yeah, so call up into another 5 second penalty. So we have 3 so far. It's a beautiful strategy from the McLaren, just holding up George Russell. And one of their drivers might be able to, jump 1 or 2 positions. In this case, Oscar Piastri might be able to get ahead of him. Kimi Antonelli, meanwhile, just set the fastest first sector. George Russell tries pull a move on London Norris, but he doesn't. He's not able to make the movie stick. Lane crossing the line at the pit lane. Noted. Lane crossing the line at the pit lane. Noted. He might have another 5 second penalty. George Russell eventually makes the move. I wonder if George seems like Lando Norris is having some mechanical issues. He's very slow. He's going very slow. Yeah, Lando Norris did well. Yeah, he's gonna have to retire the car. Unfortunately for the McLarens, another reliability issues. But yeah, that was an amazing defense from Lando Norris. Another retirement. Oh, Charles Leclerc is closing in the gap. 8 seconds. Remember, Lewis Hamilton still has to face um, a 5 second penalty. Face or serve in this case. The Williams swap positions. Yeah, really bad. Yeah. It's just crazy how much speed that the Mercedes have compared to everyone else. I mean, look at you know, it's I think it's gonna lap everyone all the way to Kimi Antonelli is gonna lap all the way to P4. Yeah, uh, yeah. It's just the pace is just too brutal. These guys are too fast, way too fast. Piastri pits, so he's dropping a couple positions. Arvin Liebenblad, I think, makes the only overtake of the race so far. Yeah, I think this is the only legit overtake of the race so far. Well, except the Max Verstappen, didn't have any track, any power during the start of the race, but that's not considered to be an overtake. It's amazing from the youngster. Currently sitting 13 points behind Hazik Hydra. Antonelli pretty much leading the entire race comfortably. 22 seconds gap. That's how comfortable the lead is. And yeah, Charles Leclerc is catching up Lewis Hamilton. And Lewis Hamilton still has to serve the 5 second penalty. So yeah, just a reminder, Charles Leclerc was at 1.11 seconds behind him and he's closing in the gap pretty quick. So we might, with 27 laps to go, we might still have an interesting fight between the two. We've no need for Charles Leclerc to kind of have that fight since he has the 5 second advantage in his favor. Pierre Gasly being investigated for speeding in the pit lane, another victim of this violation. Oh God. Kimi Antonelli, it's about to overlap his own teammate driving the same car. God. I mean, you can make the argument that George Russell has been stuck under traffic for the longest, him and London Norwich, but yeah, Pierre Gasly being fined a 5 second penalty for the same violations as the other drivers. No one is gonna go to the pit lane to serve these penalties. It's just pointless. Here we go. Kimi Antonelli about to overlap his teammate. Wow. I think this is gonna make the headlines all over the world. Wow, this is so embarrassing. Yeah, all four retirements due to technical issues. No crashes, no drama so far. Pretty decent job. Kimi Antonelli. If Kimi Antonelli takes this win, that will be his fifth win in a row, extending his lead to another extra, I believe, an extra 15 points. Lance Stroll handed over another 5-second penalty for a different violation. I think taking advantage on a racetrack, leaving the track and taking advantage to overtake. So 5 violations so far. 5 drivers to face to serve a 5-second penalty. Oscar Piastri will be investigated for speeding on a pit lane as well. Seems like every single car that is being investigated is served a 5-second penalty. I don't think Oscar Piastri will be the exception. I will be surprised if he is, but George Russell might have another 5-second penalty added to his race for spitting in the pit lane and for crossing the pit lane line. Yeah, Oscar Piastri serving another 5-second penalty. Wow. Something. He's reporting some issues coming from the cockpit of his car. Are we going to see drama unfold here? Yeah, nothing serious. And that was the nothing serious. Seems like it. At least according to the instructions given by the instructor. George Russell is cleared of the crossing the pit lane. No further investigation. So George Russell safe for now. The grid is being overlapped twice. God, this is absolutely domination from the youngster, from the Italian prodigy. Piastri is closing in the gap. Let's see if that will be enough for him to move up a position to Hazekaijar, but I doubt it. He still has a 5-second penalty. Oh, George Leclerc clipping the wall. Just about. Ooh. You can actually see some sparks coming out of the... I wonder if that will create a puncture on his tire. Wow. Just brushing the wall. We get in a safety car, so Kimi Antonelli might be able to pit. He has plenty of time to have another extra pit lane because of the gap. Interesting. Let's see what the drivers do. Does everyone jump into the pit lanes? Are we going to see drivers going into the pit lane? Hamilton has been told to box. Piastri pits. Lewis Hamilton pits. Pierre Gasly pits. Colapinto. Who else pits? Hulkenberg pits. Double stacking. Ooh. Yeah, Lance Stroll just having a crash out of turn 19. Hit the wall, nothing serious. But yeah, it just slowed down the track, the race for everyone. And that's why we have a safety car being deployed. Let's see what this will lead to. Charles Leclerc will benefit from this quite a lot. He closed in the gaps with Lewis Hamilton still having to serve his penalty, 5-second penalty. And he's under pressure. He might actually make a mistake here. So still more drama to unfold. We still got 15 laps left to go. Yeah, George Russell might face another penalty because apparently he didn't serve his 5-second penalty going into the going in. So interesting. The 30 or 20 seconds gap that Kimi Antonelli was able to create evaporated, and we go racing again. And he has Lewis Hamilton, 7 times world champion, chasing him with Charles Leclerc right behind him. And we should have a restart pretty soon. And here we go again. Safety car is completely gone, and we go racing again. Charles Leclerc crashes. Oh my God, we have another safety car. Charles Leclerc crashes. Oh my God. And we have another safety car. My God. You could not predict that. You could have not predicted that. Oh, he must have made some stupid mistake. God, on his own home Grand Prix. He's so frustrated. He had a pole position guaranteed, possibly a P2. This is straight after the restart. Fucking brakes. Oh, sorry, excuse my French. God, all cars now need to go into the pit lane once again. But Hazik Hajar now in a good position to take third position, to be in a podium, actually. Oh, that was just Charles Leclerc. That was so stupid. Not from him, but that was so reckless. I don't know, just like lack of brakes. I don't know, possibly the brakes were cold. Oh God. He just dashes the helmet into the floor. It's just like, oh God, what is this? And he's having a go at the engineers in the garage. It's like literally no brakes. I had this much, no brakes. Yeah, George Russell noted again. Another penalty coming his way. So who's up in the list? Pierre Gasly. Pierre Gasly might be able to jump a couple places. Not a couple of places. One. Yeah. Yeah. I just. Yeah. The race is suspended. I don't know why. Pierre Gasly has another penalty. So these two penalties from George Russell and Pierre Gasly might benefit Piastri. He might be up to four, move up to fourth position, and who knows? But yeah, another retirement from Charles Leclerc on his home Grand Prix. Um, yeah, he had this guaranteed, just guaranteed. Being suspended, session is stopped.
That is the problem. Yeah, that is absolutely the problem. Zach Brown at McLaren, I'm sure you've been monitoring the state of the asphalt.
So we might not go again. It's really unusual.
Yeah, from what we can see, it looks like there's lots of marbles there. So I don't know if it's coming up or they just need to clean it. And we'll see how they want to do the restart here. What's going on with this pit-in penalty? We've got 7 or 8 drivers now been called out for that, including Oscar. Well, what an
A lot of the track just seems to be damaged, and the pavement seems to be uneven. Possibly something to do with the heat, since what is the track temperature is 34, but at the start of the race I think was 42. So cars going around the lap probably damaged parts of the track. It's a lot of debris on the track. And yeah, this is a very unusual moment in Formula One. So the race is suspended, and there's no clear guarantees whatever that the race will resume or not. But all the drivers are completely outside of their car, getting some fresh air, and yeah, I don't see this session resuming, which is, if it finished like this, will be very awkward moment for a Monaco Grand Prix. And I'm being conservative here with my words.
very hard to drive all season so far, and they had some crashes, further crashes or incident during FP1 and 2, where the braking seemed to be catching the drivers out. So when I saw Stroll in the barrier, I just kind of assumed it was either the car that had broken or sent him off into the barrier. So after seeing Leclerc's crash, I thought, let's go back and have a look at this. So this is under full racing speed, of course. And on the exit, I'll stop it, because this one I think shows it in best detail. We've just seen that freeze frame of how the track was at the start of the race. Look at this area now. Track all broken up. There's a hole there. I'll just take away the zoom function and just go through a few more frames here. And what I first saw up at Sky Race Control were marbles at the side of the track. I don't think it is. I think this is the actual pieces of tarmac that have broken up and are laying on the side of the track. So poor old Stroll was trying to avoid that path and edging the car closer than what would necessarily be the racing line or ideal line into the corner. He gets onto these marbles of tarmac instead of rubber, and you can start to see them get picked up by the tyre here. Look at these massive chunks that are getting picked up by the soft rubber, and he's got no chance to make the corner. The lock goes on and straight into the barrier, and he's probably thinking, what on earth, where did that understeer come from? Would come from, because in the car, as Zach was saying, Piastri hasn't mentioned it because it's probably quite hard to see. He sits so low down. So unfortunately, we get to Leclerc, who's on cold tyres, just get on the restart. I think combination of the brakes and those marbles, and now I've just spotted it again on this. Now I know what I'm looking for. I mean, look at the amount again that the tyre picks up. So he's probably thinking and cursing the brakes. I think it might. There's lots of puddles. You've got to avoid the puddles. So I believe that we can, looking at that, I believe we should. It's a low speed corner. It's not a high risk situation for marshals. It's not a high risk situation for drivers or fans. Drive around it like you drive around sort of standing so you don't want to activate.
That's the clean-up operation. The marshals with the broom. So it's that thin strip there, but it's not the pothole, Martin, but it's clearly the bits of asphalt underneath the surface. And if you stay off it, then it's not going to break up anymore. If you go on it, you are going to get bits of track stuck to your tyres, because tyres are sticky and they're hot, and they're going to give you what they gave Charles Leclerc and Lance Stroll.
This might be a difficult one to see whatever we see the race restart, because there's a part on the track, turn 18, where a lot of the drivers, they drive through that corner, or they drive over that section that is currently damaged, and they pick a lot of tarmac on their tires, and it can't brake because they lose the grip. There's so much debris attached to the tires that they can't even 5-second penalty violations. So that is 10 seconds. So yeah, it's 10 seconds. So yeah. Piastri. So Piastri is currently what? 3 seconds behind Pierre Gasly. Pierre Gasly has to serve a 10-second penalty. Then is what? Another 5 seconds, another 10 seconds, 11 seconds, let's just say, behind George Russell. George Russell has to serve another 10-second penalty. And Hazik Hajar has also to serve another 5. Potentially might have to serve a 5 penalty second. But yeah, Lewis Hamilton, will get away, starting to distance himself from Charles Leclerc with no points. He's going to collect at least 20 solid points. Seems like we're going to have the race resumed, and Lewis Hamilton might have another opportunity to chase Kimi Antonelli. Williams currently locking in the last 2 points on the grid. P9 and P10. Yeah, Stroll and Charles Leclerc accident was exactly the same thing.
No, for me, I don't think it was the damage. We had an engine braking issue already, so and all weekend, all year, some corners was pushing me forward, the engine, some corners was like pulling, so it's doing different kind of behavior in different areas. And on this lap, it just pushed me into the wall like you have the throttle pedal sees what's going on out there. I think that's obviously he's not had any benefit of seeing what's been going on with the racetrack. He might change his mind on that, but George.
I'll be right back, guys.
shows the inconsistency and then the tires being a lot more sensitive because you're on the limit of those have just been an absolute nightmare. And I'm weighing my work, and I don't have much work. I look like an idiot. And when you look like an idiot for a mistake of yours, it's fine, but it's behind that.
Well, you certainly don't look like an idiot. I mean, there's obviously a fundamental problem there, but had it not been happening somewhere else, and that is clearly a massive headache going in. Well, we've got 6 races in 8 weeks. It's the problem they've got to get on top of.
Yeah, but
another configuration again.
yeah, we do need to have the solution. And yeah, I will go into Lewis's direction from next race onwards, and that will solve the issues ideally. Maybe Lewis's configuration has other issues, but yeah, I just need consistency at that point, and that's it.
I'd like to know. Thank you for your time.
Charles Leclerc, a man who has no words, had plenty of words there to dissect. And there's a lot to give information to bring you as well. First of all, just over 6 minutes time. Secondly, Lewis Hamilton is now under investigation for a safety car infringement. Was he backing up too much? Is there a penalty going Lewis Hamilton's way? Honestly, more penalties than the World Cup final at the moment, or a Champions League final. Sorry, Arthur.
What that does is then it kind of disadvantages in front of you. Then you have to backslide out to the end for that, and then come back to safety car the leader. But yeah, they're fundamental. You tend that. I mean, you can't measure it precisely, of course, sitting in the car, but you get a good feel for it.
Right. Temporary repairs have been completed at turn 19. That is why we've got this race resumption. Let's hear just a little bit more team radio concerning George Russell for the time being. So with Alex Albon starts.
What's going on in the last corner, Luke? But it's very straight up. Yeah, it is. The track is starting to break up into the last corner. I mean, that very, this is pretty dangerous. Our exit of turn 1. This actually ended up.
Drivers were aware of what was happening there before the race was suspended.
Some of them anyway were resorting it back. So yeah, under
Track is clear. The race will resume in 8 minutes time. So the drama never. And the funny thing is that whatever happened to Charles Leclerc in 1019 and to Lance Stroll, even though they don't absolutely put the blame down to the tarmac, to the track, that could easily happen to anyone, including the race leader. So it's more drama coming our way. Lewis Hamilton just getting inside of his car. He's got in a new helmet design this week. Very pinkish and stylish, or very shiny, with very bling bling, I would say. It's also being investigated for another infringement that I do not recall. But yeah, so Piastri might be on pole position here. Piastri might be on pole position. Just over 3 minutes before the race starts. I don't know. I've got a running nose.
Safety car. They said they'll take a very good view of people leaving for that car lane.
Because there are two drivers under investigation for just that. They happen to be the driver in third place, the driver in second place. The might certainly did leave more than 10 car lengths, but for anyone with disadvantage behind, it might need a driver and their team representative going to see the stewards after this Grand Prix.
And we have all the drivers out of the pit lane, so the race should resume within exactly a minute. Track is clear. Let's hope that we don't get to see another crash and messing up the remaining of this session. We still have 10 laps to go, so it would be nice to get to the end of the race without no more safety cars being deployed. And yeah, I wonder if they're gonna stop behind a safety car. Oh yeah. So the safety car is right there. So they all need to catch up, and Piastri might be on podium here. Hazikaja leaving massive gaps. That's a complaint that George Russell makes. A 10 gap lap, a 10 car length gap. So Yeah, Hazakaja needs to watch out for this because he's serving a penalty for that already. He's complaining, I'm slow, I don't have enough power. That's a bit of a concern. He might lose a couple places already. So Lewis Hamilton will have no further investigations on him, so he's safe for now. But yeah, the one to watch out for, the one who will benefit from all these penalties, it might be Piastri. He's got two cars being penalized for 10 seconds, and Hazek Aja being investigated. That little bit of a tarmac, or let's just say little area on a track that the tarmac seems to be pretty damaged, and it picks up a lot of debris as soon as they drive over it. So I think it's a tight spot, but it can easily be avoided. And we're gonna have a normal standard procedure, a race start. So Kimi Antonelli might be under threat here if he messes up the standing order procedure. Let's see what happens. I did know this was the actual new procedure after the race was suspended, but interesting, should I say? And yeah, once again, race starts. 5 lights out. 3, 4, 5. And here we go. Amazing start from Kimi Antonelli. Does Lewis Hamilton have enough pace? No, he doesn't. Kimi Antonelli covers that corner brilliantly. Antonelli breaks away nice. Oh no, we've got another red flag. No, yellow flag. It seems like Carlos Sainz having to retire, going the wrong way. Oh my god. Hazik Hijack lost a lot of places. Lost 2 places. So already made up a gap between him and Lewis Hamilton. Just over a second gap. George Russell 6 seconds behind. Yeah, Pierre Gasly might get a podium here. And Hazik Hijack under extremely pressure from Oscar Piastri. To remind you, Russell and Pierre Gasly might have to will face. You still have penalties to face. 10-second penalties. Colapinto is just having a crazy race, completely outside of the points. And Audis and Williams make contact. So Russell will be called into the box to serve his penalty. So let's see where that leaves him. But yeah, it's going to leave him completely outside of the points. So Russell is currently in P14, outside of the points. A safety car infringement for Hazek Hajar. Hazek Hajar has a lot of penalties. Might be outside of the points. I predict Oscar Piastri. My investigation after the race, I predict Oscar Piastri might have a shot at the race podium here. Oh, George Russell. I think the championship is over. Outside of the points, it's completely over. This will put Kimi Antonelli with what, 43, 43, 53, 63, about 68 points ahead of George Russell. It's over. It's just completely over. And Colapinto just made a collision with one of the Williams. He might get another penalty as well. The Audi drivers as well. Hazik Hajar has a penalty to be investigated after the race. So he came very close to get a podium, but at this rate, I don't think. For much longer. He still has penalties to serve, being investigated after the race. I suspect he will lose P4 position. And yeah, there's a lot of penalties being served, a lot of more penalties than the World Cup. Lewis Hamilton looking very solid to collect another podium for Ferrari. He's having a great season so far compared to his previous season. He's having a great season. And yeah, not only outperforming his teammates and out-qualifying him, but his teammates not performing, not collecting any points this time around. He might be outperform Leclerc at the end of the season. Too early to tell, though. Paris incident once again, false start, out of position. Might have get another penalty as well. Is Alonso still in this? Yeah, Alonso's still in this. So Alonso might collect a point here, depending on how severe the penalty is for Hazekaija. Currently sitting in P12 with two potential drivers above him, having to serve, we don't know yet, having to serve penalties. We got George Russell will be scratching his head. He's just, from his point of view, outside of the points, he might as well just known this is equal to as the same as he had last season, last time around. DNF, no points. Final lap. Kimi Antonelli on his hand for his 5th consecutive win. And at this pace, I can't see George Russell coming back from this. He's just... There's no way that you're going to come back from a 60-something plus points. He's been a beast throughout the entire week. And he does it. Kimi Antonelli wins his 5th Grand Prix consecutive. Lewis Hamilton finishing in P2. Amazing. Pierre Gasly coming to take 3rd position, but he still has 10 penalty second to finish. It's amazing. It's impressive. Hazekaija currently in P3 podium. What amazing race from Kimi Antonelli. He completely dominated the entire race around Monaco. This race, this track here is so difficult for you to get it right. The precision, the amount of corners that you are so close to hitting the wall is just amazing. He dominated the entire race. Lapped completely the entire field twice. Wow. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for joining the stream. I'll wrap it here for now. We've been going on for more than two hours. I wasn't expecting the race to be that long, but yeah, thanks for joining in and tuning in for the next time. Take care.
Isaac had your investigation, because I'm sure he'd like to join in the celebration. On the podium, he has got the second podium.